In today's video, I wanted to go through stick riding. And I wanted to talk about what is stick riding, why would you want to do it, and then how you would do it. This is Noka. He's a 10-year-old Nakota horse, and I've been working with him almost a month here now. You know, he didn't know anything, other than being able to lead around, and so we got him going under saddle here. And so stick riding, what it is can you use a stick and just use the stick to guide your horse around? Instead of using the reins, can you use your stick to turn them and go here and there? It's not like you're getting this real precise movement, but it's a way of directing your horse and getting him to go here and there. Why would you want to do that? Well, there's several reasons. One, it's a lot of fun to do, but more than that, it's a great way to help the horse get connected to you and to your seat. So it's not all about the reins. So you're using the stick to guide, but before you even come in with the stick, there's more of a body language going on, and you're using that, and it really helps the horse to start to connect with the rider. So that's the big one for the horse's point of view. For us, what it does is it really helps us to kind of let go, and can we learn to trust the horse and not feel like you have to be in control 100% of the time. So it allows you to kind of just let go and get the feel of your horse, being able to go with your horse more. Those are two really big points that are helpful with this. So how you would do this is you would start off by just introducing the stick. I've never ridden this with him with the stick. I've used the stick on the ground. So you first want to just make sure that you can come in and touch and rub your horse all over with the stick, and he's not bothered or worried about it. Can you touch him all over? Because you don't want to go up and get on and not have done this, because then you're not sure what they might do once you get up there. So that's, he's pretty good with that, and we've done a lot of the groundwork, so I figured that as much. So then I'll go ahead and get on. And so when I get on with the stick, is I just have the stick come out the bottom of my hand, and I'll just turn a little bit, and then I'll grab the rein with the stick and just let the stick kind of rest there on his shoulder as I go to get on. And then I can step up and on. And now once I get on, I'm just going to start rubbing him on his shoulder. And then I'm going to slowly start taking this farther and farther around up his neck. And I bring it down his jaw to his nose. And I slide it over my leg and just kind of slide it back. And so there, he's a little worried. He wants to leave. So I'm going to just pick up and bend him. I'm going to hold him bent. He gets a little bit concerned on his belly here. So I'm just going to kind of come in and out of that space. And just keep rubbing and be like, oh, no big deal, no big deal. Oh, thank you, buddy. Just reassure him that it's this, I'm just here scratching and rubbing on him. He's just feeling me in new places. Yeah. So if you really have a spot they're bothered, you kind of go in and out of that space until they get relaxed with it. So that's pretty good on that side. Now I'm going to bring it over to this side. And you see how I've got the reins here. We're not just getting on without the reins and just going around and riding with the stick. We're introducing it in a way that's going to keep you safe and feel like the horse is, you know, you're helping the horse to get the understanding that the stick is okay. So that's what we're doing right now, is just getting him to go, oh, the stick isn't something to get worried about and bothered with. So now he's handling that pretty well. So I'm going in and I'm just kind of slowly bringing it across his whole body. The next thing you want to do is, can you take it from one body part and just kind of go right into another place? So you pick it up and just moving it fairly quickly, like your horse has done this 100 times before and he's just like, no big deal. You want to be able to swing and just start moving the stick around, taking it over their head. Can they handle this? Again, if they get worried or bothered, just take your time. They can get bothered, some horses will get bothered just going from one eye to the other eye. So you want to make sure you have all of that going, that I'm able to just kind of start sweeping it around, touching him. And then can I come in, tap my stirrup, touching my saddle in different areas, make a little noise with the stick on different parts of the saddle. And there you wanted to leave, I just pick up and say, no, not yet. And this is looking good. He's being able, nice lick and chew there. He's being able to handle me just kind of going from side to side from one part of his body to another part. And I like that. Once you've got that going well, then we'll ask our horse to walk off. So I'm just going to pick up a walk. So I'll bring my life up, and if he's not there, I can come in and tap with my stick, but I didn't need to. Now as he's walking around, I'm going to do the same thing as I did at a halt. Is can I start rubbing him around the different parts of his body. Just slowly going in and out. Bring it back. I might tap on the stirrup a little. That was okay. So I know he's a little goosey when I bring it back here, just from when he was at a halt. So I'm just slowly coming into that area, rubbing on him. And there he felt like he needed the halt, so I'll give that to him at the moment. For a little bit I'll say, up, you can halt, and let's walk on again. And then as he's walking, can you handle me rubbing in and out of that area that he gets a little concerned with? Don't just start off swinging the stick all over the place. You want to get to where you're rubbing and touching them in the different areas. I'll allow them to have a little water here. Come to the other side. I can change hands. Tap the stick. Again, I just pick up a feel. So I have control if he were to go do something. So now I'm going to ask him to walk on. Use the stick a little bit, just tapping him. And just go into rubbing them. Find where they're bothered, if they are bothered anywhere. Some horses don't care at all. With him, it's more when I get back in the flank area, he gets bothered. So I'm just going to know that. I keep an eye on that. I stay aware of that and just bringing it in and out. He's still a little bit looky, but he's getting better. So he's able to handle just me rubbing. Now I'm going to start asking for a little more of moving the stick around. Can I rub him in one spot for like his hind end and bring it up towards his shoulder and rub? And then I might go right back to the hind end and rub. And I might come up on my stirrup and tap on my stirrup and then go to the shoulders and then up to the neck. Change sides. Rubbing them. So I'm just kind of moving more quickly with the stick. It's like you're going in and out of the different areas. Can you handle that? Because our goal is can I get to the point where I can just start swinging this stick all around? And eventually you want to be able to do this at the walk and at the trot and at the canter. Well, right now we're just looking for it at the walk. So he's handling that well. I can swing it back and forth over his head from one side to the other side. I can go into pretty much all over his body and he's not really caring. And I can just start swinging the stick around and touching and rubbing. So I like that. Now I have that, and we can move it on up to a trot now. So I'm going to ask for a trot and repeat everything again. Can I go in and just start rubbing him? Up the neck, come back. So I'm aware this is where he gets a little concerned, so we'll see if he still does at the trot. Or have we worked through a bunch of it already? Yeah. So I'm liking it. And the other side. A little bit of worry there. So just kind of going, oh, it's okay. My body language is going, oh, everything's good. I'm staying soft and relaxed, just going with them, rubbing them back and forth. So now I'm going to start moving my stick around. Can I just go from one body area to the next? And there I crossed over his rump from one eye to the other, and he noticed that. He saw the stick there. So I'm really being aware of all the different things he's concerned about and what he might not be concerned about, what he's okay with. This is doing good. So now I'll just start waving the stick around. Yeah, I like that. Being able to go in and out of the different areas. He's okay with it. And Noka here, he'd never been handled with before this summer, and he's a 10-year-old. So he pretty much was just living out in the pasture with all of his other Nakota buddies. So this is really good for him, for his age and just for the short amount of time that I've had him. He's taking things really nice. So that's all I'm looking for in this video here is can he handle me moving the stick all around, and is he comfortable with that? So you're just getting them okay with the stick, rubbing them, moving it all over, and then in the next video we'll go into more of the actually directing them around using the stick. But we first have to make sure that they're okay with the stick. So we thank you for your time. We'll see you in the next one.